on mine.
Hello.
I'm waiting for the as a form of birth control, they put a potato in there. And I'm like, woo!
Wait. Girl, I didn't know that I could find anything more bizarre than that because it was in Colombia. Happened to a chick in Colombia. It's like, I hope that I didn't offend somebody if that's what their culture does, but I really think it might be time for them to find another way to get contraceptives. And I fell in love with yams again at Thanksgiving because I was giving all potatoes the side eye.
Because I did have mashed potatoes. You know what, though? I'm glad we're having this conversation after I had mashed potatoes Thursday because I would have been like...
No, I actually... I wonder if I take this off the light would be better. I actually ate some yams and fell in love with potatoes all over again. Hello, everyone. Priscilla, the Cass. I saw Pappy's mom. We have Jade LLR, Chief One Lung. Now, is that really for real, One Lung, or is that just the name you gave yourself? Hey, Connie Brown. Hey, Desiree Rabbitoe. Just come on in. We're just having a conversation about contraceptives.
About potatoes
potatoes being used as a contraceptive. And how baffling it is to me. What really surprised me was that this thing took root in like 2 weeks. It had rooted and was giving her intense pain in 2 weeks, which tells you it does all a potato needs is some kind of moisture.
Darkness. Moisture.
Lord have mercy. All you need is a little moisture.
Darkness and moisture. And that will cure.
And you can grow potatoes.
Children, if you're ever like, oh, I can't grow anything. I don't have a green thumb. Just research what you can do when you put a potato in a mysterious place.
And please don't do it.
Right. Not if you value your life.
Yeah, not if you value your life. I said, please don't do it. Same for butt chugging.
Yes.
So take your cough syrup orally and not anally. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. Why they thought that is cute, I don't get it. But hey, whatever blows your skirt up, honey.
We got an answer from Chief One Lung. Native American had cancer in 2007 and have one lung left, but I am kissing good and doing well. Chief One Lung.
We love you. We love you. Yeah, because tonight I do want to homage. Yeah, I want to pay homage to First American Heritage and History Month. Yay, y'all got a month. Yay.
Finally.
30 days. We only got 28, but hey, we're glad that you're being acknowledged. We want to give a shout out and celebrate the $91 million settlement for the Enoch Cree Nation. They got paid that settlement because their settlement was used as a bomb site.
Yes.
In World War II, y'all, thank you very much for taking all this time to finally give some people some money. It's like, damn, shit moves slow sometimes.
Slowly, especially when you're dealing with the government.
Let
me tell you about the government real quick. Them motherfuckers was real. Okay, Johnny's on his way, y'all. We're killing a little bit of time, so Jason, to your because he's gonna pop up in a minute. Okay, let's talk about the government and they taking their sweet monkey ass time with some shit.
The stimulus.
Last Wednesday, I went to the mailbox. I had 3 damn tickets, not 1, not 2, but 3 gosh darn tickets from the District of Columbia, speeding tickets. First of all, let's back up. Hold on, before I even go there. One was $250, one was $150, and the other one was $300. Apparently, and they're all the license plate picture. So they got my shit. Okay.
Yeah.
How and pray tell? Oh, so they sent it to me. I got it in the mail Wednesday. I had to pay that shit by Friday or the fines were going to double. So that 300 was going to be 600. That 250 was going to be 500 and that 150 was about to be 300. Okay. So got that shit on Wednesday. That shit had to be played by Friday. I said, you know what? I hate all of you. I hope one of your toes falls off and up the penis. Because y'all know you were wrong for that shit. How do you they mailed it out like November 20th and that shit had to be paid November 26th or something.
Oh my gosh. And so you had 300, 250 and 200?
150, 200,
350.
It was I paid basically $550 in park and speeding tickets.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, and I was going like 32 and a 25.
Oh, you naughty girl. You know better than to do that from now on.
30. I was like, y'all can just give me one $200 ticket for that bullshit. Really?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Briefly for the CDC, and I'm surprised anything gets done in the government because I was not used to working in a government facility doing a damn thing. You know, in your private sector, there's always something to do.
Yes.
I think my main thing, and I was in the area where the epidemiologists were and would be dispatched to hotspot areas if they heard about a disease or something rolling through. Hi, Johnny. You feeling okay?
Yes, my mic was muted. I was still messing with stuff over here.
Oh yeah, we were both messing with stuff.
Carry on. I'll catch up.
Okay, so I just was amazed that anything gets done in the government with all the red tape and the forms and the people that have to approve something. I mean, you know. It's too much. I'm amazed that anything gets done. It's almost as if it's built to frustrate, and everybody that's got a little bit of a title have to go through everyone who has a director, a DIR before their name, or supervisor. It was amazing to me. Amazing. I said we would all be dead if we had to depend on you to get anywhere on time. I'm telling you. But somehow, at the very last minute, stuff would always come through. Well, we had. Oh, you say you learned the hard way? Yeah. I remember I made an illegal turn, and I thought it was just going to be like $50 or $60.
Oh no, they got you.
No, it wasn't. It was $250. I had to go. I didn't even see the sign. I was so stressed out. I was driving Uber at the time, and the couple in the car had really, really stressed me out. And I was just glad they got out the car. I mean, it was so bad that I overshot the driveway and went down on the car, went down off the curb, and I get to the light. And there's a sign, but I didn't look up. I just made a right as if I was running for my life. And when I knew anything, there was a cop behind me asking me, didn't I see the sign? No, I didn't, sir. I really didn't. I'm pretty stressed out today. Yeah, he gave me a ticket. He didn't give me any kind of sympathy. I wonder if it's certain times of the month they just have to make a certain amount of money. If they say, it's the end of the month, we need to have this kind of money in the budget by the last day, y'all get out there and write some tickets. $250, traffic court, the whole thing. It was awful. It's awful. And you have to be, of course, unless you have an attorney, the best thing to do is just, I did that shit. I did it. And I don't think I need driving classes or anything like that. I'd just rather pay the fine. Oh my gosh. Well, tonight there are lots of things I want to talk about. I mean, so much to talk about. We have been on quite a ride. Lord, these next, how many days we got left? 40 some days?
50 something.
50 something still. We haven't reached the 40 mark.
No.
We have 50 some days. And every day we know there's going to be a little something, added to the pot. So we will continue to talk about Zaddy. But I would really rather talk and read on the people around him. I wonder to myself, what must the White House staff, like the chefs and the people that clean up and the people that serve, what must they be feeling right now? Are they like are they happier now that he's going out because it was alleged that, oh, we got to do a housekeeping thing. Housekeeping, y'all. YouTube, this is for entertainment only. I'm very opinionated, and so I speak what's on my mind, and I will, that's because this is America, and I thought we had free speech. So for entertainment purposes only, we're only here for some laughs, and we'll get them with a petty joke, a petty word, a petty story. However we can get a laugh, that's what we're going to do. I'm joined by Miss AC. If you're nasty, I love it. Yeah, from Red Lentil Healy, Adrian Coleman, and Johnny, of course, from Thoreau's Apprentice. I'm so happy that he came in. I actually thought he'd be sleeping because I don't know, John,
I think I went to sleep at 3 p.m. 7 a.m. is my usual. And I went to bed at 3 p.m. because I had crap to do today. And I woke up at 5. So I've been up, but I've been eating and cleaning. So I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, of course, eating. Hey, what did y'all have for Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving? I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I had a lovely Thanksgiving. Oh, my. Oh, yes. We had yams and greens and macaroni and cheese and potato salad and deviled eggs and turkey and ham and wonderful desserts. Brownies. We had
What was in them brownies?
suck it to me cake, I think is what
we know what was in them damn brownies.
Oh, girl, they're wonderful.
2.5-minute voice message I got the day after Thanksgiving. I know what was in them damn brownies. And by the way, Jace, I'm gonna need you to muscle up because I can do that shit and do shots of.
Oh, you can? Oh, girl.
Problem.
Now let me tell you something. I have always said I can drink everybody on the table. All it took after eating this half a brownie, I had one shot and I was visiting the universe.
I need you to man up, my dude. Need you to man up. Johnny, I loved both of your live streams on Thanksgiving. Your one with Lori and then your one with Jen Lynn. They were fantastic.
I had fun.
They were great.
And I had beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. That's what I had. That's what I had for that.
Oh, remind me, I need to send you the remix to that. Because somebody went and did some Negro dociousness and added they put a trap beat to it, and they call it part 2, and it's I hate to say it, it's ignorant, but it's also fire at the same time. So remind me, I need to send that to you.
So that's what you had for Thanksgiving. Adrian, what did you have for dinner?
Bacon wrapped filet mignon and lobster tails and mashed potatoes and green beans. Homemade apple pie.
That's the things I made.
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh. I had Popeye's chicken. This is
the first Thanksgiving I've been completely alone. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go hard in the paint. My ass can't cook, so at best it'll be halfway edible, and at worst I burn the shit up. But it actually
Well,
that sounds good though.
It sounds wonderful, and it was a different kind of Thanksgiving. It really was.
Jay made a list: turkey, cornbread, grits, and mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes with marshmallows, macaroni salad, potato, garden greens, beans, yeast rolls, Waldorf salad, coconut pie, Granny's homemade chocolate chip pie.
Question:
we have Waldorf salad too.
What's Waldorf salad?
Ain't there salad with nuts and berries and stuff in it?
Oh, so it's just like a nice, beautiful salad.
It's
Oh,
like a whipped creamy kind of thing. I mean, it's fruits and nuts. It's delightful, actually. I like that.
I'm about to Google that real quick. I'm see what
It was real good.
I'm
And it
having.
seems like it was
I was still eating
all right.
before I
What
came
you got
in.
on that plate, son? What you eating?
My brother cooked though. I didn't cook nothing.
What you eating in that plate right now?
There's smothered chicken, rice, green beans, and then tomorrow is ribs and
Oh Lord Jesus!
baked beans. Yeah.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Literally.
A little bacon bounce on it. Beans,
Yeah, all those things.
Everything but the dog.
Onions. Somebody gave me some farm-grown groceries. I don't like eggplant, so I'll have to give the eggplant away. She and I just simply can't cut it. Even as a, what they call it, eggplant parmigiana. She is not my friend. I do not like her.
Like that. And this whore actually apologized to me Thanksgiving when I talked to her. She's like, remember when I used to talk shit about you to your face in the restaurant and ready for filth for eating eggplant parmesan? I was like, I'm listening. Go ahead. She's like, yeah, my bad. That shit is actually delicious. Because what happened was somebody messed up my order. I got the eggplant. I said, imagine that. It's actually tasty. And thank you for finally apologizing for that.
Maybe the ones I've had just have not been good. I don't know. I've tried to like her.
Is it spongy? I've never had eggplant, period.
Well,
depending on how it's cooked, usually it's not.
Depending on how it's cooked, like it can get mushy.
If it's not cooked well, yeah.
Yeah, if you go too long on her, but she's pretty to look at. And they gave me squash and peppers out of the garden and fresh cucumbers. So I've had a good time, and apples. So I've had a good time with the apples and the cucumbers. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the squash. I haven't figured it out yet, but that was a blessing, We did well for this being our first Thanksgiving of social distancing and having to make adjustment to da 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 da. We're this is Meet George Jetson time right about now.
But you know what though? Y'all saw Arizona's airport. Them motherfuckers was out there, butts to guts. They said Hartsville Jackson was still pretty busy. So I'm just waiting to see in about 7 to 10 days what these numbers are about to do. Because people were like, screw you, I'm still. And not to mention, didn't Johnny's boy got busted for telling New Yorkers to stay at home? But he's like, but my mama's coming over and my niece and nephew. And they were like, if you don't
Governor Cuomo. They're telling y'all to stay home, but all my peeps coming over to see me. So
there was another one did that. He told people to stay home, and he took a trip to Virginia or something like that.
I'm not surprised.
They sent out the system that uses the Amber Alert that forces it into your phone. They did that here in Pennsylvania for people to stay at home and social distance and no Thanksgiving like they said Thanksgiving is canceled, stay your ass at home. Meanwhile, the grocery store is still got a line around the block. So anybody stay home.
Nobody stayed home.
No, and I just hope that if you did go somewhere, that you did whatever you could to remain safe, because I know we were all COVID tested. And I kept my mask around just in case, I kept it on my face. But it was weird. It was just absolutely weird. You have to ask permission if you can hug them. Is it all right if I hug? Because you could give a fist bump or a shoulder tap or an elbow tap,
As somebody who doesn't like to be touched, I really hope that goes on past COVID-19.
Oh God,
selfish.
You don't like to be touched?
No, I'm not. I'm not a huggy, kissy, touchy, feely person. That's just not me. And so I hug because I've been trained to as an adult, but that's not my default. So like I'm secretly was like, oh my God, you don't have to shake hands or hug. This disease was made.
Well, I don't necessarily like, I don't like everybody trying to hug me now. Get that, we have to get that completely straight. I'm very choosy.
I want 0 people to hug.
About who I want to be hugged by. So
Johnny,
I was with all 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. It was good to be hugged by them. It really was.
Y'all
so
keep that
fun. And I surprised myself. I usually go hard on the liquor. I didn't go hard on the liquor this year. Just one shot, and it was like to the moon, Alice.
You would have gone harder had you not had those brownies. Johnny, what were you saying about your niece?
She is a hugger, but I think she had her grandmother's spirit. And so she kind of, my mother was not a touchy-feely person either. Like, she loved you because she showed it, but she was not a say it. She was not a hugger. She was not all these type of things. So sort of when her energy sort of reincarnated in this little baby, she hugged everybody. Cause like if she walked past you, hug, go this way, she come back again, hug you again. Like that was her thing. That's the only person. And even then it was, I would admit, the smidget annoying. Like, hey, I just seen you 2 seconds ago, child. Like,
yes.
I knew what it was. So, you indulged it, but I don't like people touching me. I don't like people doing this business. Like, you walk past, you grab the show. But bubble, please. Bubble. Don't come inside.
Yes, I guess. Well, you have to protect your personal space. You really do. Because you don't know what kind of vibration.
I just don't like people touching me.
I know the vibration.
You just don't dig it at all. Well,
I don't like to be touched. Please don't touch me.
Stay this far apart.
How do you make love without being touched?
I don't. You can. First of all, you said it in your sentence. There's a difference between making love and there's a difference between fucking. Get in, get out, get done. Do you not see my name that is typed in that? It says Miss.
It says if you're nasty.
I can do. I'm not a. Please, okay, we're gonna do what we need to do, but please don't try to cuddle or hug me afterwards. Oh my God, get your drawers. Out of my house, please, and thank you.
Ooh wee, girl. Ooh wee, you hard. You are hard. You just want them there for the pleasure, and then
I don't like being touched. That's not me. I'm not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't be sorry about it.
I'm not. But
I have to remember that. I'll have to remember that because there are certain ones I do want to hug. But I remember it won't be your ass, okay? That was good.
Because, how do I put this? If I know, like knowing you like hugs, I will hug you, but then you'll know because I'm like, okay, and I'll pull back first.
Yeah.
Doing it because I know you like it. But my own, oh my God. I can't say the last time I hugged my sisters. No offense to them. And they know. They're just like, she's not a huggy, touchy person. But I'm the first one they call if we need to talk, if there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last person I hugged was an old manager I had at the store I worked at when I left Florida. That's because I said, I'm never going to see y'all again because I'm not coming back here. But she's a huggy person, period. So I get it that they show affection that way. Yeah. That's just not how I do it. You want something, I buy you something. That's how I show my affection.
Yeah, that's how
I'm not gonna hug you. We ain't gonna kiss on the cheek, moi, none of that. Like, stop, no.
Okay.
Wet and slobbery.
You got cooties.
Well, no. I don't expect my face to be washed. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Up as I think about it.
No, I don't like that old wet thing going on. Not on face. Doggies don't kiss me. I don't do any of those things. They know mom loves them, but we do not exchange kisses. Okay. Well, let's talk about losers. Losers this week. Oh, before we do that, I wanted to know if we could just pull a few cards on what the just the regular folks all up in the White House must be feeling. it was alleged that this cat walks around naked and just sits his ass on the furniture. So can you imagine him sitting on one of those lovely historic type chairs and just farting it out? You know, he's such a gross guy.
Well, seeing as how Diaper Dawn is trending, I don't think he's actually naked. I think he's got an adornment of some sort. It's a depend is all.
Oh, depend, yeah. Well, that's very good, and I hope that he is careful and.
Mind you,
Go ahead, Johnny.
I said this to Becca the other day. He has denied having small hands, but he has never denied shitting in that diaper.
Never.
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 Ever. He hasn't said a word.
You say something about him, he will deny that I do not have small hands.
Because you know why though, Johnny? Because you know he he know just how he also didn't deny not saying the N-word, because he knows there's motherfucking tapes involved.
Yeah, somebody knows it, somebody saw it.
He didn't deny the P tape. Russia denied it. He didn't.
He didn't. He didn't.
Yes.
Never denied shitting on himself.
Never denied any of that. So, so yes.
He just said Twitter was bad because you put it out there.
Yes.
It's a security threat now.
Oh Lord. So I'm just wondering, what are like the cleaners and the people who are in the kitchen and the people who are like doing the inventory? Because you know I'm try to walk out of there with something. So are
you pulling the cart, Jason?
Huh?
Are you pulling the cart too?
I am. I'm going to do it. Yes, I am tonight. I shall be brave.
Yeah, because I'm damn tired of you ordering me around to pull cards like I'm your guy.
Please.
Fuck out of here. You got
yes, okay. Okay. I'm gonna participate tonight. I'm participating.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I'll go ahead and kind of start. So the first card I get is this 10 of Cups. They are happier than they are in tall cotton. They're like,
we can sing and smile again.
Only thing that's crossing it though is this 8 of Wands. It can't happen quick enough for them. I'm kind of feeling. And it really the rest of it is just kind of telling us the story of everything that's been going on. At the base of this is strength. At the crown of this is the death. So there's this major change in the past is 2 of Cups. They may have liked and saw eye to eye, not necessarily with him, but liked their job. But it's, you know, he really freaking sucks. In the environment, spilled milk, 5 of Cups. There is the 3 of Wands, the plan to bring in the new presidency. 9 of Swords, there is some anxiety because, you know, again, I'd be anxious too if this man was walking around in diapers and you didn't know if he was going to shit in a diaper or on the floor. I would be anxious too. However, it ends with the 8 of Pentacles. No matter what, at the end of the day, this is their job. It is all in a day's work. This is what they do. They have sat through many more diaper wearing motherfuckers before him.
He wasn't the first
diaper wearing. Him.
I got the 10 of Swords, and I'm thinking they want to stab this motherfucker in the back and just drag his ass out somewhere and leave him, except they know they can't do that. But this is basically how, whenever they get like I don't know how it's set up, if there's an upstairs, downstairs, but whenever they get a ring, it's like that mother calling us again. We will kill you. And then I got, like you did, I got some 10 of Pentacles. It's money. You know, this is how we earn our living. We will survive this. We'll get through this one and just pray that the next one will be something a bit more pleasant for us. So that's what I see them, how they're feeling. You, John.
6 of Swords. There's your transition. Come on, camera out the way. Okay, I got too much shit up here. That's what's going on.
Well, Jason and I were saying that earlier. We were just like, there's shit all over my desk. We had to kind of get
the more space you have, the more
before we went live.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it I intend to get back to, but I haven't gotten back to it. So,
mind you, downstairs is where the kitchen is. I am upstairs. The reason there's so much stuff up here is because I don't want to keep running downstairs with my greedy ass. And so I got all kinds of, I got snacks. You know. Why? Because it belongs downstairs. I ain't eating none of it, but I ain't going down there. I might want a chip later. I'm not walking all the way down.
Why? Exactly.
Yeah. Convenient.
One of them things that take you up and down the stairs get so damn fat.
Oh, with the little pulleys? Yes.
So I get 6 of swords. Transition. Moving on, moving out. It cannot happen fast enough, just like y'all say, because I got 9 of swords, 5 of wands. Mm-hmm. He's having tantrums. He's throwing tantrums in the White House. Y'all see him sitting at that little baby desk. He's throwing tantrums. He's becoming a nuisance and a nightmare to the people who work there, so he cannot leave fast enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Again, I'm calling out the people who inventory the goods. Room to make sure that what was there when they came is still there when they leave, because allegedly the Dolly Madison tea set is missing, and no one seems to know where it's gone. So I would be willing to bet tucked it away somewhere so he can have memories of.
It's probably Jared got it. He played with it with his Barbie doll.
And here's another thing, though. He would have to have known who Dolly Madison was for him to have stolen it.
Yes.
So I think we're giving him too much credit. He may have bumped into it with his ass and broke it and then threw it away after he broke it.
Oh, that could be it. That it was chipped or broken somehow and they thought, we'll throw the whole set out. No one.
It's just ugly. Look at this. This is ugly garbage. Just throw it away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this week was quite a roller coaster ride. We're going to move on past him to get to the losers that surround him. Rudy Giuliani. If you're going to put mascara in your edges, you got to get the waterproof kind.
Yes, you do, boo-boo.
Don't do cheap mascara when you're trying to hide the gray.
Good man did not do any justice for that man.
No, it did not. Waterproof mascara doesn't run, hon. Mm-hmm. Get you a good one. Get an expensive one the next time.
Or at least get some Beijing, because Beijing, you can at least wash your hair twice.
I know you know enough prostitutes that could have talked to that. Lord.
Yeah, I'm wondering, he's known to be a drinker. And I got to thinking he hadn't been in the courtroom for 20 some years. He hasn't been in a courtroom. He had a good 2 weeks as America's mayor when 9/11 happened, but he was just generally an asshole all the rest of the time.
Before and after.
Huh?
Before and after.
And after. So I'm wondering how he thinks he's doing, because he's charging $20,000 a day to lose these cases.
But he's not necessarily the one trying the cases. He's just heading the legal team.
Oh, but didn't he go into court for one of them?
One of them, but he's not the main one arguing them, from my understanding.
Sidney Powell, I see dead people.
He's primary counsel. He's okay. You know what it is? O.J. Simpson trial. He is Robert Shapiro. Robert Shapiro only really did a couple days of testimony on that whole trial when Cochran and everybody else, or actually he was more Robert Kardashian, not Robert Kardashian.
It was more Kardashian. He didn't do
Kardashian than he is Robert Shapiro of all these cases.
Okay, because Kardashian didn't say too much or do too much in OJ's trial, from what I recall. He was just kind of for support, maybe. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's heading the team. So we have a man who loves his cups now. Rudy strikes me as being a man who likes to drink his liquor now. And it's brown liquor. He likes a good scotch or a good bourbon or something, and he gets sloppy drunk, I would think. So there were some very revealing things in the new Borat movie, which I intend to watch. I know a lot of people didn't think Borat was funny. I thought it was freaking hilarious. I love Sacha Baron Cohen. I think he's a great actor. Well, I'm wondering, I'm just trying to figure out how he's going to get $20,000 a day from Donald Trump, knowing Donald doesn't like to pay. He knows.
Follow-up question after this.
Well, the thing was that Rudy apparently said is he wanted that money from his campaign, and not necessarily from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump's campaign is being funded by his secret donors and then all his little people, his little minions.
And all these people
okay.
Exactly.
And they thought that they were paying for, his reelection campaign when he was using that money for him and his son's legal bills.
Right.
So Rudy said, okay, if you're dishing the money out that way, then $20,000 a day, please.
Huh.
Exactly.
That's interesting. That makes me think they got all kinds of ways they have shuffled money and Bitcoin around.
That's why he's still raising it.
Yeah.
He's not running for anything anymore. What are you still raising money for?
Not to mention, old boy in Georgia who donated 5.6 mil wants his about to sue to get his money back because he's like, I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Georgia donated 5.6 million. I'm in Georgia. I didn't know about that.
It's in all the news. They're talking about and he wants his money back because he feels that his funds did not go towards the recount and all this other shit that it said it was going to go.
It's a man. I thought it was anyway, it was 2 something million. They offered him $1 million to let the case go. But is what they said anyway.
But he wants all his money back.
He said he's going to donate this money because he thought it was going to the recount and the campaign for recounting and all that. And he was expecting updates and all this for his money. And it turns out that they said, well, this is a foregone conclusion, so we're going to move on to something else. And he was like, wait, but I need you to stay on this because I just gave you millions of dollars. And they were like, well, we're moving on to a different strategy because that one's not working. And so he wants his money back because he feels as though he's been hoodwinked. And that's one of those things that you kind of have to say, is it wrong to rob a fool of his money? Because you should have known this.
Sometimes hey, listen, you got to pay. Sometimes you got to pay what we call in the streets. You got to chalk it to the fucking game, my dude.
You just got had. You got.
It sucks. I hate it for you, but obviously you had the money to put into a bullshit notion to begin with.
Yeah, you did. And you just seen him for 4 years do nothing. And although he's not going there personally and recounting thing, I don't think he can get higher than 4 anyway. But he's like he's counting. One of my fingers disappeared. So it's like, what are you expecting from this campaign to give you?
Yeah, my question is the same thing. He's done nothing. He's a known liar, cheater, and stealer. What did y'all think he was going to do with the money? First of all, he's going to break himself off a piece. You know that. And I see that over 100 CEOs threaten to cut off funds to the Georgia GOP if Trump keeps blocking the transition. So that may be one of the reasons he decided to tell old girl to go on and what's her name? Evie Harris or something?
Emily, I think.
Yeah. So that might be his motivation behind letting the transition happen because, he don't want to let no money run away.
I have a follow-up question since we were talking about Giuliani a minute ago. Do you mind if I go back for a second?
No, not at all.
What kind of batshit crazy? I drink my Kool-Aid upside down. I run out in the streets bucketed naked at 2:00 in the morning, howling at the moon. Fool, do you have to be for Trump to fire you as his attorney because you're too fucking crazy, Sidney Powell?
Either is very crazy or very cunning because I had to think about that thing for a minute. What if this crazy shit is just crazy enough to be true?
I'm like, for them to have, you were on all the news syndicates blowing. I mean, now granted, again, when she came out with that Chavez shit, okay, I was like, okay.
There you go.
But the people around him have come up with crazier shit. I just knew they were on that slide. But then I was like, okay, they canned your ass. What the fuck were you doing? What kind of crazy McCray booty cuckoo for 2 Cocoa Puffs were you doing behind the scenes that caused you to get canned?
And then the brief was full of misspellings. I mean, it wasn't even a good-looking professional brief.
Because Paula White calling on the Angels of places she's never been.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And the Spartan doctor from actual Africa, like those people weren't too crazy.
Exactly.
But what did she do?
She do.
Well, let's just take a look-see. I wonder what her chakras are looking like tonight. Probably kind of dull.
Well, I did a reading on her last week. It was funny. I did a reading on her. I did it, and then like 2 days later, she got fired. I was like, I don't remember. Lord Jesus, I don't remember if I did a chakra. No, I did a chakra reading. I think on.
Did you do chakra? I know you did a reading. I didn't know if it was a chakra.
Yeah. But I was just like, what kind of? Since since we've gotten the Black Caucuses together, I figured we should.
Yeah, right. Yes. What was that?
If you do, you get canned by the easy people.
And they had to know when she was going out there to stand before the podium, she was saying that. I don't think it should have been a surprise. It certainly would have had to be something they discussed. They knew that she was going to say that shit.
It's behind the scenes conversations. They know she drinks because she smells like liquor. But it's behind the scenes conversations. Yeah. So 7. Okay. In the beginning is Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. There's something very intimate, as in these are personal conversations that she has. She sounds like, a grasshopper and a weed whacker. It's like she's just flying everywhere. So she's got a lot of stuff going on in here, and it comes out here, especially when she smells like alcohol. This might even be a mouthwash sort of thing, to where she drinks that too. She drinks that during the daytime. That way she doesn't smell like bourbon or something something of that nature. I get the Page of Cups and the 7 of Wands. She also defends or stands upon her principles, but her principles are immature in thought. They are not thought out well. They are not even, they're crazy for Fox News. They're crazy for Alex Jones type thing. Like she might even believe that maybe some aliens came down and voted or something. Like she has a very weird view of this election, and it coming out of her mouth in these private conversations turns them away. And then you have the 3 of Swords and the Sun. Once they found out, because mind you, half these people they hire, they don't really know
who they are.
Yeah.
And once you start talking to them, she was even too batshit crazy for them.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Fox even. She was.
Once they knew her, once the Sun came out, they were, no.
I get something kind of. Are you done? I didn't mean to cut you off, John. I get something really similar. 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and 3 of Swords. She is combative. I think her and Rudy were bumping heads too, because he was like, bitch, shut up. No, she won't shut up. I'm gonna keep going on the news. And they were like, oh my God. It had started being burdensome to them because she was collateral damage, and they had enough damage, enough reputational, and they knew it was going to cause her. She was not helping the cause, causing some heartache with the 3 of Swords, some trouble.
Yeah, I wonder what else they were doing in private. It looks to me like it was all just one big freak show or something, Yeah, Miss Sydney. Well, girl, I don't know what you're doing now. I don't know if your license is going to go. I can't imagine anyone who is a reputable attorney that would believe the shit that you're talking about. Well, you know that everything is now hinging on this Georgia Senate races with Warnock v. Loeffler and Ossoff v. Perdue. And we have just such lovely bootlickers and running things here. Our lovely Secretary of State, I call him Ratzenberger. He's Raffensperger, but he's a rat. He's a rat. He would have done what Lindsay wanted him to do if he thought it was going to garner some favor or something. I think he would have tried to cheat or try to like do a little some.
I didn't know that from him, Jace. I did 3
I'm
readings.
surprised that
I was like, oh, okay. I think them threatening his life was the aha moment for him. And then he was like, I can no longer fuck with these people anymore.
You think that's what you're getting from him?
Mm-hmm. He was when they started threatening when the Republicans themselves threatened to kill him, he was done. He's like, you know what, fuck y'all.
Huh.
Now that is not a stamp saying he's a good person.
Exactly.
He's been a junk Secretary of State. He's purged a lot of people from the rolls. I mean, between he and Kemp, I'm surprised there are any voter rolls left. The way they
he ain't captain of Christian camp. We just
said
that but in this moment he did this thing.
He did this thing because they were threatening to get that ass. Yeah. It's amazing when looking down the pipe of the shotgun will have you rethinking a lot of things.
They had some people outside in the Capitol talking about stop the steal, and how this cat got up and talked about how he's going to ruin the Republicans if Trump doesn't win this election. All right, I'll give him the benefit of a doubt because I think he's a fucking rat. Okay,
yes, we're not disputing that. We just admit in this moment he did this thing.
I know Kemp's a rat. Okay, so you gave this boy. I mean, is it because you're just so knocked out by the odious smells that come out of his ass as you kiss it? I mean, are you enraptured when
that is always fascinating. The whole Kemp Trump thing has fascinated me from Jump Street.
Yeah, I mean, you gave him one recount. The only thing that really happened is that did his numbers come up a little? I think so. I think Biden's numbers went up. Perdue's numbers went down. That was kind of the only thing that happened with that. You certify the votes, okay? You come out to the podium, Kemp, and you certify the votes. And then we have the recount of the recount. What kind of
can we
money? There's some money being
and recount at the same time.
Say it again, Johnny.
Like, how you gonna ask me to stop counting and recount at the same time?
Well, we already know that there's a lot of mental midgets involved in here. You know, Trump brains are just freaking gone.
Kemp proved the mental midgetry when. Okay, again, maybe I'm trying to make too much sense of this. The moment Trump called you, said don't do any masks in Georgia, you went out and said I'm gonna let these motherfuckers run wild and free. We're not gonna wear masks. And then the next day, that asshole was like, "Oh, Kemp he's stupid. I don't know what he's doing." At that moment, Kemp, you had a choice to make.
Right.
Continue to go down the dark side and be made, because here's the thing, you clearly don't mind being made a fool of.
No.
To me, this goes a little bit beyond, what do you call it, mental midgetry?
Yes, mental midgetry.
This is deep, because I'm like, it's like the girl who keeps dating the drug dealer and she keeps getting locked up and he keeps stealing her shit. She can't break up with him.
Yeah.
This goes beyond abusive relationship.
Yeah, he came out the very next day and said, "Well, I told Brian I thought that I wasn't for that. I think it's a bad idea.
I think he's dumb. That's a stupid decision."
On the phone congratulating him. I mean, wow. So I feel like.
Hold on a second. I want to ask a question.
Okay.
What is it in Brian Kemp's energetic body that is allowing him to go down this path with Trump? What is it in his energetic body? What is deficient what needs to be attuned,
Look
awakened?
here. What is this? That's the what
Heart
is
chakra.
Heart chakra.
because I hear loss of soul purpose. Anyway.
Let's see. Let's see what we get, Johnny. Let's match that. Because this is deeper than just some fucked up psychology at this point. As a counselor, I'm like, dude, I can't even. Hold on.
As a counselor, I just can't.
At some point, usually when a lot of people have that aha moment, especially when it's done so publicly.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they like the smell of the perfume that comes out of Trump's little brown ruffle. You better hope one day that it's really a fart and that he's not evacuating. He's not letting go in his depend. No, you didn't. I don't know. I have the 8 of Swords and then the Devil.
Johnny, did you pull a card? Because I was looking down, I didn't see it. If you did.
Oh, I didn't hold it up yet. He makes me feel like for some reason he's bound and blindfolded.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny had pointed out to me that he could actually, those swords aren't sticking in him. They're just around him. He could actually even blindfolded, I think. And it doesn't look like he's completely blindfolded to me.
And then remember about that devil card, they could take those chains off at any moment.
Right, they could take it's just something just all in. And I don't know if it's because there's some dirt on him. I just don't, but he seems to be enchanted with this guy. He's just hanging with him, and he doesn't matter how much he abuses him. He enjoys being there, obviously. But I do wonder why.
Did you throw cards, Johnny?
Yeah, I get the Hermit, lost, searching. I think, again, he did lose his way, his purpose. The 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords. That smooth transition has come to an end. He lost his way. He was going in the right direction. Here with the Judgment and the 8 of Pentacles. Something in his job, the one that's, I guess he's supposed to be doing, is dead. It can be resurrected, but it does not resurrect in the same condition. But his transition has come to an end with the 10 of Swords. He lost his way, lost his purpose.
I don't know. Again,
but he is indeed caught and trapped. That's how you lose your purpose. You don't lose your purpose just because you got up one day. Oh, look at the devil on the bottom. Because you got up one day and was just like, I don't know which way to go. No, something veered you in a different direction.
And I think it's that
the bright and shiny and clear
race, Johnny.
Yeah.
That gubernatorial race and how people feel about that race, that it was a hack job. You served as Secretary of State and running for governor. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to people. It didn't feel honorable. It didn't feel right. And then there were some plays where votes just disappeared. Votes just kind of fell off. So maybe that's what brought me to think that perhaps these voting machine companies, that it's their software, they can do what they want to do. I don't think that happened in this case. I really don't, but we've had a lot of tricks down here in Georgia. There's a lot of funky fuckery and bullshittery that goes on. Thank you, Adrian. That goes on down this here way.
You're welcome for the term.
Voter suppression, and that is what this whole thing is about. Our votes are not supposed to mean anything. If they didn't mean anything, why are you afraid of them being counted? It's skullduggery, I tell you, just a lot of skullduggery. And it's changing. This country is actually going through almost a rebirth. history has been shown to be a lie. The Confederates were traitors and losers. And from what one YouTuber, Jesse Dollamore, read about everyone that he could find in the Confederacy, and they were all like losers. One cat had gonorrhea all the time. They weren't fit to be in any of them. They were like a ragtag mob of people. And they were cruel folks. So now we find out that is not the case.
They were, but who they were fighting against were cruel too. Like that, there was no good people on both sides. Like the black fought for the North and fought for the South and was mistreated by both. So I can't say, oh, the Confederates were traitors and then these guys were okay. 1776 was not our Independence Day. None of that was.
And I didn't mean to sound as if I'm saying there were good people on both sides. We've been dogged out by everybody. There's no doubt about that. But I was just speaking only in voting down here. This voting stuff has been revived. It's going through revival. Things are changing. Even though we get out in the streets wearing Black Lives Matter shirts and sweaters, we brought a lot of attention to how I think emotionally Black people feel. It doesn't matter how educated you are, how clean living you are, how good a person you are. There's always someone who's going to try to speak how educated you are. Someone is always going to speak to you as if you're not, be so condescending. You know what I mean? I hate that. When someone is speaking to you as if you are beneath them. So I just kind of wanted to think about what is Kemp feeling now? Feeling at this point? Is he feeling afraid? Is he feeling confused? Is he just plain old drunk? He ain't feeling nothing? This bailing, it feels as if everyone around the Medusa is bailing. Bailing. What do you think?
What you get, Adrian?
From earlier, because I didn't get to go. I'm getting how he is the way he is right now. Something happened in his childhood that stunted his emotional development, his growth. He's got root chakra. I did a full 7-card spread for chakra card spread. I get family and home. So this started from the beginning. There's dysfunction in that family. Going up his chakra, Johnny hit the nail on the head with the heart chakra, emotional balance. He does not know how to balance happiness and doing good. Everything that he does is not out of it's one-sided. It's not out of that true balance of I'm doing good to help you. It is I am doing whatever I need to do to get over, because that's what I was learned. This is a learned behavior because it came from childhood. Something happened. I keep getting something happened that stunted his growth. Going up the chakra, throat chakra, and his ability to self-expression. Throat chakra, he cannot listen to reason. Can't listen to it because your throat chakra is not speaking and listening to divine truth. This to me is telling me his ability to listen is just completely stunted. Again, because he was never heard as a child. So why do I have to hear you as an adult, right? Which, when you cannot listen to reason and you only giving because that's what you think you're supposed to do, that's going to fuck up your self-expression. That's why he aligns himself and says things that aligns himself with people who are not for his highest good. That's why he sounds like a moron. He cannot express anything out of true, genuine love, out of true, genuine compassion. He cannot say anything from a true grounding perspective. It's just not there for him. Third eye chakra is messed up. His ability to see the psychic ability, and it actually is the seeing card with his third eye chakra about truth, clarity, perspective, and knowledge. It's just not there. My famous phrase, Ray Charles, who was both dead and was blind, could have seen that This man does not have that. Ray Charles had more, at least visual sight
than he has.
And then he is not a spiritual person. He is not connected to source with this crown chakra. This is about guidance. He only knows how to pray for things. He doesn't know how to pray for guidance, for clarity, for being.
Would that be something that's also coming from the childhood experience?
Yes.
That maybe he was not.
When you've got your, basically when you're clogged on both ends of the spectrum, like a bad case of diarrhea, when you're clogged in the crown and in the root, a lot of times you cannot, it takes a lot of work to open that crown chakra because you are so, if you've got a lot of childhood trauma, it's going to be really hard to get, not impossible, it's just hard.
But it's kind of what you're standing in at all times. Is it
just simply ambition? Could it be he grew up in a family that they either put him down a lot, knocked down his confidence a lot, and that he just I'm going to
see that, Jace, which is why he stole that election. Because he knew he wasn't going to get it on his own. He knew he wasn't capable enough to be governor fairly. That's why he had to steal it.
Okay.
Because he has enough confidence to even run for office, but he does not have enough wherewithal to know that he's not a whole person.
Yeah.
His campaign commercials were kind of wicked. You know, you're sitting there with a long gun, a rifle, talking to your daughter's.
I know who he
boyfriend. That was kind of like, whoa.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll round them up myself and pull up in a truck, and yep, I'll round them up myself and drive them to the border. I don't know. DeSantis just came to mind. You made me feel compassion tonight.
Oh, I don't feel any compassion for him because you can fix this shit.
I should be more compassionate and more kind instead of calling him a boot-looking, ass-kissing motherfucker. You know,
you can fix this shit. I know myself have seen, worked, and have experienced childhood trauma, and you can work to fix that shit. You can overcome that shit. But when you use it as your badge, as your vessel to continue to stay stunted, to stay lower vibrational, fuck you, that's on you.
Okay, got you. So, all right, I'm glad. Actually, it was speaking, darling. It's only for a moment, like, beep. Aw, yeah, well, okay. He's still a motherfucker. There's a lot of people who overcome things from their childhood. Johnny, did you pull some?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you getting?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Go ahead. I don't remember. We can go to the next one.
Go to the next one.
All right. Well, the next one I want to talk about this. Before I go too far, David Dinkins, the first Black man in New York City, departed. He passed a few days ago. So I would like to remember, I don't know much about David Dinkins, but I remember the pride I felt that there was a Black mayor of that major city. So may he rest in power. Can we move on to Kyle Rittenhouse and Mr. Silver Spoon? What was that boy's name? Ricky
Schroeder. And
this legal team that he's Mike Lindell, Mike Pillow, whose pillows are really no better than anyone else's. They're actually worse.
I was going to say they're worse. Don't give him that much.
They're going to be worse. And he's the guy who said that we should be taking an oleander extract to kill COVID-19. Knowing that oleander is one of the most dangerous, can't even touch the leaves of the plant. She's not friendly. Miss Oleander is not friendly, but he's wearing a cross the size of the cross that Jesus was on around his neck, saying he's doing the Lord's work. Okay. So Kyle Rittenhouse is out of jail. His mother says she's going to bury Joe Biden. Let's take a look in at the family. I want to look in on the Rittenhouse Thanksgiving. How they're feeling right about now. Because he's now being called, Ricky Schroeder, and we'll get to him. He apparently his life hasn't been necessarily silver. He's getting death threats because he helped put up the bail for Kyle. I read some of the remarks, but one was more like, stick your silver spoons up your ass. There were more of those kinds of insulting kind of responses. There wasn't any. I didn't see anything life-threatening, and apparently the police didn't either. But we'll look into Ricky Schroeder too, because he's not a nice guy, needless to say. So, how was Kyle's first few days at home?
So we're looking at the family?
Yeah. What's the question? Because you went on a couple different areas.
I did. All right. Well, how are they feeling today? How are they feeling? Let's narrow it. How are they feeling today? These last few days.
Johnny's got the oracle.
Mm-hmm.
I love to hear Johnny shuffle his cards. It's so soothing. It's soothing. On the bottom is a two of swords.
Okay, so what does it mean?
Well, I can read what I see or look at it and just paint the picture. But it doesn't look like it's a real fun time. It looks like he himself is feeling I think this boy is feeling pretty locked up and overwhelmed right now because he really does believe the story that he's told. So he's going to stick to that story. He's feeling an awful lot of pressure right now because there's so many people standing around him to support him. You have, however, the history of his legal team is not good. They're not winners. They are a law firm that loses more than they win. So this to me says it just makes me feel stressed out. Like I just really would like to rest. I don't want to see anything. I'm just barely hearing. I'm really trying to keep it in. We'd like to move on to something calmer, but it's not looking calm for him. And this King of Wands feels like his legal team to me. And the people that have come to him and make him feel as if he is a hero. That there's another side to the story, that he's a hero, and his attorneys are going to take care of it. I listened to a podcast that it said that his attorney is a Trump associate somehow. He's aligned with Trump, so that it looks like he may be getting some help, some legal help that way. His legal team. That's what I see. That's what I got. That's what I'm looking at. That's how. It's mostly focused on him, the little boy. He is a child.
What you getting, John?
You go ahead, because I got.
Why are you looking so exasperated, Adrian?
I'm not.
Did I say? Is this card not? And that's what I felt coming from him.
Impression. No, I was just Johnny has got he's got 19 decks.
Oh, is that what we're looking at?
You go ahead, because I got two different messages.
Okay.
I'm clarifying something right now.
And I was gonna use you to verify what I got.
Okay, well, I can go. Let me pull one card, and then.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Empress two, Empress, Eight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Six of Cups. Kind of a little similar. They know that they. It's a double-edged sword. So, Jace, you got the Two of Swords. This is the head over heart indecision. I don't know whether to shit or go blind.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree because on one hand, my child is out. He's a hero. We know that we did is right. We are right. We are justified. We are vindicated. They also know, though, shit's real. Here's the funny thing. When I got the Devil card, I hear his parents, and they go, this is what you have raised. Be careful. Be very, very careful. You've got a demon. The devil has entered your house.
And it's tough for a mother to really accept that shit anyway. You know, you want to remember him as a beautiful little baby boy.
And they can't. They want to go back. It ends with the Six of Cups. They want to go back. There's a couple things. I want to go back before this happened because our life is now a living hell. Even though he's justified, oh, poor me, but he keeps getting death threats, and people just don't understand him, and he was doing what he was right. We just want to go back to what happened, life before this. The other side of that coin too is almost both of his parents. I don't know whether they've said this to each other or not. Have got to be wondering, what the fuck did we do to raise this?
Yeah.
Can we go where in there? The nostalgia is going back, not in fondness, but in recollection. What did we do? How did we get here?
Yeah.
Johnny, you look like you've sorted it out. Confirm.
Well, actually,
my cards
you
out.
said what you said. Everything. I got exactly what you just got. Exactly. Like in public, everything is cool. Everything's fine because they have to show it that way. Serendipity and Yang. This is his mother, or Yin. That's his mother. They are in a position to where, okay, he's home. We got the victory. We won. So forth, so forth. In private, in the privacies of their own privates, the mother here and the father here. The Lover's card, because that's so I can bind them together. This is also part of their unit. In privates, the Four of Pentacles is something held close to the vest. In privates, in the privacy of their privates, they're like, what the hell is going on?
The fuck?
The Three of Swords and the Hermit.
Did we get here?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did we get here? And so, Johnny, are you also picking up that secretly they're also a little scared of him too now?
Yes.
Yep. I didn't mean to throw my cards. When I got the Devil, I heard the phone calls coming from inside the house. They're like, I'm scared to sleep in the same house with this little motherfucker now.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get here? What did we do wrong?
It's almost as if I felt his mother.
There's some heartbreak there.
Hold on a second. What were you saying, Jace, and then Johnny? Because I want to hear what both of you were saying.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I was done. I was just saying there's some heartbreak there, and it shouldn't be. Like, this is your kid.
This is your kid. This is you got to look at yourself. I want to see something. Keep going, Jace. What were you going to say? I want to look at something.
I think there was a part of it too that they figure they can get a little money out of it because they have people around them that are going to use. They're going to use this family to be able to puff their chests up. Say, we did this. This is. They're being sold a bunch of garbage, and they're feeling as if it's real. That maybe we can. They're kind of torn too. They're afraid all around, paranoid all the way around. With their son being in the house, and then the mother. There's something about his mom that is.
Let's get that home card.
So, Mother, father. Both of them have root chakra. This has fucked them up to their core, as rightfully it should be. I wonder if the mom, Jace, may be more of what you were saying, looking at this is how how can I how do I put this? I know my baby's going to prison, possibly for the rest of his life. So how can we get the most out of this?
Yes, that's
Because
exactly.
everything I keep getting is drawing to her. It seems like she's more like she would be, but
is she more what, Johnny?
I guess she would. It just seems like everything is pulling towards her. I guess it would be since he came from you. Then yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And she is really, really struggling. What to do, how to act right now. I can't be too boastful in public because that's not a good look. I can't also, if I show remorse and doom and gloom, now the public can say that goes against the narrative, basically. She literally, I keep hearing shit. She doesn't know whether to shit or go blind. She's almost paralyzed right now. I would not be surprised if she's sitting in an easy chair drinking. She does not know what to do. Daddy is similar. Daddy sees mom. This is making sense now. Daddy's having to roll the household now. Home card. Mom is disengaged. So dad is having to do more acting right now, which is probably not going to bode well. However, here's where it could possibly. He's got the faith card, crown chakra. He has been talking to the Lord a lot. If he rules the home by divine messages he's getting from the Lord himself, this could potentially work out better, and not work out better for Kyle and he gets off, as in like dad is like, look, you fucked up. You got to accept this could be private conversations. You got to accept what you did, my dude. You killed people.
And that is and you don't see him when he was around him with an assault weapon. Was he just lying? He was lying on the ground or something, and the part where he's fighting for his life at that point. But you're the one with the weapon.
Yep.
I heard a representative speak on the floor when this happened, kind of praising the guy, saying, well, he didn't just rip off and shoot up the whole crowd. Let's give him credit for not killing everybody. It was like, what? Are you serious? So they're trying to convince around them, pretty much. It's trying to convince them that this is a worthy cause, your parents fighting for your son, but they do see some money at the end of it. They do see some way that they can be blessed. I was wondering if how these groups are still, it felt to me like this boy was part of a group on Facebook or something.
They all are.
They send out these calls, perhaps, to say this is what we're going to do. It just felt like he'd gotten swallowed up in some kind of activity with a group.
It's always that way.
It's always, they always, when I lived in Dallas, we had a lot of mass shootings, a lot of craziness from these young white, let's just call them what they are, white supremacists. And we always, within 24, not even 8 hours, the news source would go and find the exact Facebook group that person was associated with that caused them to do what they did. Even the guy who in El Paso, because I lived in Dallas and he lived in a suburb in McKinney, right outside of Dallas. In the local news, they had already, again, found his Facebook page where he had put his manifesto in a Facebook group telling them that he was about to go do it.
Wow.
So I'm with Johnny on that one. Johnny, you had pulled some more cards. What'd you get?
No, I just wanted to do an oracle for the mom and for the dad. Queen World, she is checked out. She is transition. This is not necessarily a card of transition. This is a card of transitioning. So you are not there. You are not here. You are right smack dab in the middle. You are checked out. You don't want to go one way or the other.
That one, Johnny?
He's got new life.
Okay.
And he wants something to start over. And I did pull the Hierophant for him too. So that goes right in line with that faith card. Like he thinks, prayer will fix it every time, they say. So I think he might be trying to go that route. It's funny, you only need Jesus when something goes wrong.
Absolutely. You need him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to quote one dominant said that his mama actually put him in the car with the loaded weapon and drove him to the event.
Yes.
Yeah, she threw her baby away. Bitch, you ain't got nothing at this point. Go sit down.
Yeah. And I'm thinking she knows that too.
But Desiree said, Desiree, yeah, she's co-signing. But was it not the mama who drove him to the rally?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, go fuck you and your whole family. Fuck y'all.
With him, I think when she went to even purchase the gun, that it was a whole thing. She knew what she was doing. She drove him there. She knew exactly what he was there for. I guess it becomes real when it actually goes down.
That explains that explains what I was getting. That's why mama has checked out and why dad is following Faith more. Because she is a co-conspirator.
Yeah.
She knows her goose is cooked. And
there's blood on her hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Able to do that to you. And she is. It's funny how you can fuck your whole life up in 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
Yes, I'm thinking he's what, 17, 18 years old. He's her child, and yeah. So let's move on to Ricky Schroeder. Apparently, life hasn't been so well. I mean, he's worked. He's worked at.
Who is this child?
He's been NYPD.
Silver Spoons.
He's the guy that was Silver Spoons. I never watched it.
He was Alfonso Ribeiro got his start on Silver Spoons because basically Silver Spoons was about this very rich family, and then they had a whole bunch of little children who came in and played with. Ricky Schroeder was like the main character. He was this little Richie Rich kind of boy.
See his face, Ricky Schroeder.
Okay.
My snacks out the way.
Black, white, Mexican, indifferent. We all wanted a little piece of Ricky Schroeder because he was cute. He was the heartthrob back in the day.
Really?
First thing that pops up,
okay.
Ricky Schroeder.
We may be close to the same age. I think he's older than me.
50.
He's 50. Yeah.
Ricky Schroeder. Okay, I see him now.
So he's my sister. He's older.
I never watched Silver Spoons. It just wasn't a show that I was interested in. Okay. Yeah, well, he's called detectives because he says he's getting death threats, but again, they didn't see death threats. They did see quite a bit of insulting going on.
Might you be allowed to murder?
And people insulting his ass, and he's feeling pretty hurt right now because at some point he was having problems. In like 2019, he was arrested for whipping his girlfriend. The charges were later dropped. He's going through a divorce with his wife. I mean, his life is in chaos and turmoil. I'm wondering how his
womp womp.
Right, yeah. Like he thinks that, but he genuinely thinks this boy was doing this in self-defense. He thinks his life is being destroyed, and that he really is an innocent kid. He really believes that. So, Ricky, let's look at you. What do you?
He believes that.
He believes that this boy's a hero, that he was only doing this in self-defense, that.
So you go to a rally that you were not invited to, that you did not have to go to.
Go ahead, Johnny.
With a gun.
An assault.
You are the one defending yourself?
With an assault rifle.
Right, I'm just telling you what Schroeder is saying.
And go bigger than a German Shepherd, and you go to a rally and shoot somebody, but
that he put the money up because the boy's life is being destroyed by the media.
That boy's life was destroyed by that boy and his mama.
Yeah, well, he doesn't believe that. I want to look in to see why he's really doing this. Why is Ricky Schroeder really helping with $150,000? I think.
Go ahead. ahead, Johnny.
Would he bail him out if he was Mexican?
No. And allegedly, he didn't want anybody black when he was on the set. He didn't want anyone black or from the LGBTQ community to come near him. That he was pretty adamant about that.
Sorry. Spirits being an asshole.
I love it when you laugh.
Spirits being funny. God damn it. Spirits being funny. I'll pull one more for prosperity. Okay. What was the question?
The question is, what's
wrong with Ricky?
Yeah, he really believes this child, this boy. I keep calling him a child because he's a teenager. And he
don't do that though. Here's why I'm gonna have you stop calling that boy a boy, child. Because everybody in this chat, go ahead and throw me the fuck out right now if I'm wrong. If he had been a black child, don't let me finish. If he had been a black child, not only would he be a grown-ass man, they would have linked him already to all kinds of felonious, other little drugs, whatever. So fuck that. And
he would not have survived that night.
They've been prosecuting him as a grown fucking adult. So fuck that. He is a grown up. If you go take an assault rifle to kill people,
you made an
adult consequences.
Yeah.
You didn't go with a bat. You didn't go with mace. You didn't go with a taser. You went with a gun bigger than a whole grown dog.
You did not go with some nunchucks, dude. You could have Chuck Norris some ass, but you didn't.
That's why I said, would he bail him out if he was Mexican? If he was anything,
would he bail him out?
There's no white boy.
Probably not. I would venture to say.
If he was Iranian, he would have been a terrorist.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. You're right.
And we'd have been, ISIS is here. Yeah. Okay.
So no.
White House.
He's an adult.
Yes.
An adult. Yeah. This young adult. My. I just wonder. I was listening to the young girl who was reporting the story, and she said she had a crush on Ricky Schroeder. She was really kind of messed up that he's a wife, that he beats women and he's divorced and he's stressed, and that he believes Kyle Rittenhouse story as they have fixed it up. So what is his real reason for being there? Is he really trying to help because he believes this? Or is it a way to get some more attention? Because work might not be coming after him so much right now. He's looking pretty bad.
I'm surprised he had 150 G's. Where did he get that money?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking too. Like, where did he get that kind of money?
That's like asking my black ass for 150 bones. I'm like, where?
Can we pawn my screen for you? I might get the 30
major,
I can print some on my printer real quick, but I mean, shit.
Oh, yes. Funny, exactly.
So I did not get an answer to that question. What I got is
I got something deeper. Go ahead, Johnny.
He makes bad decisions, period. I got the Fool as the first card, which in this deck is called the Joker. And then I got the Ace of Swords. This is his mentality. Then there's the Death card. There's a change in his mentality. With the Sun in this in particular deck, it accompanies the 9 of Wands, which is stress and strain, uphill battle, that type of thing. He really, truly does believe this little boy is under stress and strain. The Oracle says the same thing, that he is in a transition period himself. I think whatever you were saying about his marriage and all of the kind of crap, he is going through a transition himself, but he is not there yet either. He's got building blocks as well. So he's starting his life over. There's something in that little boy he sees in himself.
Hold that thought.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Oh, Jesus. Or maybe he wants to see himself inside of that little boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. OC.
Wait now.
I always
Repool. Wait.
When people are very expressive about not wanting to be around anybody in the LGBTQ, I always hear, and he's gonna come out in 5, 4, 3. God damn, my hands are fat as fuck. I need to lose weight. Jesus. Okay. Damn. Shit's like 2 goddamn grandmas. Fuck out of here. Sorry.
When you get to protesting too much.
And I did not want to say this. I was sitting because I wanted to ear hustle and see what you guys had. But everything that Jace is saying about, facts with his relationships in a toilet. He beat the shit out of his ex-ho, okay?
Yeah.
Johnny saying he sees something in himself in this little boy, and it just keeps confirming. I think he wants to see himself in this little boy. Also, Johnny said he's going through this new transition. Something's going to happen. This motherfucker is grappling with something. And I think it is the sacral chakra, sexuality, pleasure. He physically may even be, oh God, I don't want to say pedophile, but there's something in this little boy. If he were younger if he wasn't so self-loathing, and were younger, he would want to talk to Kyle in a certain kind of way. He prays, he has lost his faith. This presence with God is not there. It's causing some issues with his ability to take personal responsibility with his solar plexus chakra. There's something that Johnny said a minute ago, and it confirmed this card. Oh shit, Johnny, what were you saying? You're saying something about
he's going through transition. Mm-hmm. He really does believe this little boy is under stress and strain.
It's cognitive dissonance. There you go. And his inability to see any kind of personal responsibility. It's all that cognitive dissonance. He is that little boy. Jace, you are right. There's something he sees in himself in that little boy, in addition to wanting to see himself in that little boy. It's Spirit who said it. And then, lack of connection, heart chakra. I'm done. Fuck
Go, Johnny.
Jace, did you pull cards? What did you get?
I did not, because when you talked about him wanting to be in that little boy, I was thinking that very same thing. So that's what made me laugh. It's like, oh, yeah, right.
Their relationship. Wait.
Go ahead, Johnny. I love it when you pull.
Relationship. Really.
I'll pull some petty shit, and then Johnny will come back and co-sign.
He's allegedly still hanging out with
because I wasn't asking about that, but let's ask him.
Oh, my petty shit. If y'all haven't noticed, this is the relationship with Johnny that we throw sometimes. Like, oh, he was so nice. I'm gonna say the petty shit.
Relationship.
And so will I. I love it when you can say what I'm thinking, or when that connection is there. Mm-hmm. It felt lovely because I was about to say it. And,
so going forward,
mm-hmm.
they will be. I didn't get romance. I won't say that yet. But I also didn't pull the full spread either.
Okay.
But they will be, because I guess it just didn't answer me. They will be together, not together, but together. Like they will be doing some sort of something together. He's going to try to get closer to this boy.
Mm-hmm. Now
that puts him in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying, because so here with the Two of Cups is about commerce, trade, togetherness, unions, that type of deal. 3 of Wands is for the future. 6 of Swords is when it's all over. Again, for the future. I got over here a mama and daddy card. So he wants to be in this boy's life permanently. This was not just, I got Thanatos. This is support. This is going to be going forward. He will be in this child's life. Now, I'm going to ask one more again about a romantic. I'm going to ask it just plainly that way because I didn't say it that way the first time. Romantic relationship between.
I also am wondering. I wonder if he's going to try to push the parents out so he's got control over him or more influence.
He wants more control. That's what my cards were saying.
That's what I was kind of feeling.
To be the mentor.
When you were pulling that, and then at some point his parents are like,
you spend 16 hours a day with me, you will spend 4 hours a day with them and the rest of the day sleeping or something, but you spend most of the day with me.
Did Ricky Schroeder just put his ding-a-ling in my little boy's booty hole? I just see his parents like, we went from one extreme to the other. Did Ricky Schroeder just put his ding-a-ling in my little boy's booty hole? Excuse me, grown-ass man.
So grown-ass man. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That tower keeps coming back.
Good.
Which is interesting, though.
Okay.
In this in particular deck, though, the tower is on the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a celebrity. This is there's something corrupted in that man.
In Ricky Schroeder?
Yes.
Yeah. I was
severely corrupted.
I've been feeling something like, I wonder if he got pimped out when he was younger.
Yeah.
Something fucked him up. 8
of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. He's going to sweet talk. This is about money and lineage, and I'm a celebrity. That's because this came up twice. He is going to big up his celebrity with this child for some reason or another. I guess he thinks that this might be appealing to him, even though when you were a celebrity, that child was not even born.
Parents were little. Shit.
But with these little, you know what? I'm not going to say that either. With this young man, this murderer, looking at a big house and a PlayStation 5 and a car that he's never seen before, that might be enough. You know, it's kind of like the creeper with the big van and the candy in the back. Mm-hmm. You know, and whatever appeals to somebody his age, that's the thing that he's going to use.
Yep.
Because that puts him on higher ground, and then he can give him offers he can't refuse. I can't. Mm. One more time with the oracle. I'm gonna push the issue. The relationship between the two. I know what's coming up. I know what's coming up. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Asked and answered. As we say in law, asked and answered.
Oh, wow. Well,
alrighty then. I was expecting something different. I was expecting more riches and hey, look, but no, he wants to be close to that boy. He wants to be his mama and his daddy. He wants to replace the guidance he's had before and show him a different path. And then one day you will see them on Waikiki Beach somewhere with his new pool boy.
Oh, Schroeder gonna put his little ding-a-ling in that grown-ass man's booty hole, and everybody gonna sit here wondering how the fuck it happened. And you can go back to Petty Party, November 27th, 8th, 2020 at 10:39 p.m. that all three of us co-signed that Ricky Schroeder is gonna put his ding-a-ling in the little boy's booty hole.
He really,
his parents and his mom and his dad
was thinking it. It was a woof.
Yep.
For Ricky, I got King of Swords and Judge in the Judgment card. So to me, he is that guy. He's the one that's gonna stand and protect him. He's grooming him. Isn't that what it's called? When you begin to give a child gifts and things that they've never had before, and they get experiences that they would, I guess, never would have had they not murdered somebody. Yeah, he's that guy. He is that guy. But Judgment is is lurking. Daddy, little boy is going to go. He's going to go serve some time for this.
Ricky Schroeder is Quanisha. That's who he is.
He's
That man
Quanisha.
didn't killed somebody and went to jail, and you still standing by his side.
Yeah, maybe he likes rough trade. I don't know. You know,
You like criminals. Some people like criminals.
Well.
That took a whole bunch of turns that I was not.
Yeah. So
I'm disturbed.
I am too.
By that whole shit. I'm really disturbed.
Victimization all over again. Who knows? I just with parents that like he had, this boy didn't stand a chance. And they talk about how our children are our environments and our children, and that our kids are just gangster and thugged out and fucked up because of the way we live, when in fact, there are more heinous things that are at work. If we're going to compare, it's not a good thing to compare violence or what goes on in a neighborhood. I keep thinking that this is some sort of mind thing, that these children are being sucked into these groups.
They are, because okay, for I hate to dog out my own people, but
dog them out, baby.
It's kind of like
sometimes
you
gotta go hard.
This comparison too, but I lived in the hood, so I'm gonna say this from personal experience. When you put dogs in a ring to fight each other, you cannot be surprised when they are aggressive outside the ring too.
Right.
When you put people in an environment where they have no money, no prospects, no ambitions, no jobs, no real nothing to do from 9 to 5, except sleep, and then they go and hang out on the stoop or hang out in front of the liquor store or try to, rob and steal and kill and all these different types of things. When you're raised in an environment that can groom you to be an aggressive person, I get why they're an aggressive person. Mm-hmm. When you are raised in an environment, you got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a sunroom, and a jacuzzi, and a swimming pool, and
college fines,
and your parents can buy you a PlayStation 5 when it come out. You got all these different things available to you. You focus in on the internet and become a whole different person. Yeah. So it's a little different. I understand where these people are coming from when you're in the arena expected to fight and scratched and claw to survive. But when you have every advantage in the world, I don't completely understand, although I do, why it is that you turned out to be a Rittenhouse. Mm-hmm. Why it turns out that you were the murderer and not the person who's scratching to survive. Like, you have no excuse. Well, you have an excuse, but you have no excuse. You had every advantage in the world and then became this person. Reminds me of that newscast. It come on every night. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Now you have to know what they're doing too. Not just where or take the door off the hinge if that's what you got to do.
I said this 9 years ago in grad school. I said, to be a parent at this day, you have to be a digital first parent.
Yes, you do.
You have to be in, not just going through their phone, because that's only going to give you part of the story. You got to research the groups that they're into. What are they talking about? You've got to be light years ahead of these children. And everything has changed. And stop blaming the internet. Stop blaming social media. Because you got to blame yourself, because you were what you consume from social media.
Exactly.
I'm gonna shut up because I'll go on.
Get involved, stay involved. It's hard, but who said having a kid was easy? My parents didn't have to worry about that because the internet didn't come out till I was a teenager.
Oh, y'all, can you imagine if social media had been popping when we were younger?
It was popping enough for me to make a few stupid decisions, but wasn't nobody recording it, and there was no social media.
And now And now
Mm.
we don't ever know who's peeking in, We're
Not to mention, though, y'all make sure, public service announcement, check your Instagrams. They just have to pay out multi-million-dollar lawsuit because they were snooping on people through their photos.
Really?
Gave Instagram access to your camera. It was doing that whole camera in the changing room thing. So if you've noticed, if you've been on Instagram, you don't have to select pictures to upload before you can upload. It does not give your phone, Instagram, and Facebook too, because owned by the same goddamn company, Zuckerberg, right, for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Check it, block it, change passwords, do whatever you need to do, because they and then also check to see if you could get a payout, because they had to pay out millions.
Wow.
They got busted big time.
What is that?
Wow. Well, we'll have to look into that. We don't have to look into that. I don't use Instagram very much, and I rarely go on Facebook anymore. It used to be my go-to spot, but for the last few years, I haven't really wanted to mess with it so much. I'll go on every now and again and get a message. So we can move on from what we see. I think I peaked a little too hard on that. More about Ricky Schroeder than I really want to, but it is what it is. It is what it is. For entertainment purposes only. We're all anticipating when and how Zaddy is going to leave. He says that if the electoral college numbers come up, when they certify him, then it'll be enough for him. He will want to leave. He will then leave. Do you believe that?
No.
I don't. I don't either. So I guess I want to know.
I believe it, but I think there's a condition to it.
He keeps saying that there's a lot that can happen between now and January 20th.
No.
Wondering if he's paying off these Republicans people or those who stand with him. If he's trying to buy electors or
look here,
makes him think he can stay right up and
look here.
Hold on, wait, John. All right, go ahead, Doctor Bonnie.
Look here. He lost, y'all.
He lost. Period.
I know. Here's what the fray is doing, and no offense to nobody in the chats or in future chats, but people hear the smallest bit of what if news.
Yeah.
It becomes a whole big story, and then we have to read on it for the next 100 days. Now, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Electoral College is going to go and give Biden the win, okay? That's what they're supposed to do. There is no, what if he, and what if there's no. They're going to vote for Biden. Biden's already in transition. Republicans in the Senate and the House have already said transition needs to. Paul Ryan said that he should concede because transition is underway.
I had to check outside to see if it was hell and if it was snowing.
Mitch McConnell has no problem with the transition going on. He's lost. There is no, what if the Electoral College changes their mind? What if he pays this person? No, he can't pay nothing right now for nothing to go in his favor. He just lost this thing here in Pennsylvania. He wanted to recount, and they all came and flew in and stayed at the Hotel de Grazio. I don't know where the hell they stayed, but they all still lost. They lost that too. This is his humbling. I said this 150 million times, and I'll say it forever and ever more, because this is my platform and message that I have to spread to the world. Humble yourself, or God will do it for you. And if he has to do it for you, he's going to do it in front of everybody, because this has got to hurt.
Which is my point that I was going to make, Johnny. Yes. And when I was saying that I think there's more to it, I was more joking in that I have this gut feeling that on January 20th, he's going to be in his drawers in the basement. And they're going to be like, you know, you know it's 12:02, right? And he's gonna be like, "What? Well, what do you mean?"
They drag him out and he's under.
And then we're gonna see it. Like, I think that kind of petty shit's gonna happen, and I'm gonna get my 19 motherfucking chuckles. Yes, you're right. There's no going back. I just think what he was saying, like, that's gonna give him his excuse to conveniently forget on the 20th at 12 o'clock that he needs to be out, and then he's gonna be in his drawers because we all know he loves his little hurrahs, and he's gonna be down there in his whitey tighties that we all know it really depends that look like briefs, and he's gonna be caught off guard.
Oh,
I would love that.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
And I said this too, because people like to come and judge us because we get a chuckle at his expense. This is not laughing and delighting in someone's misfortune.
Yeah.
Again, he put these seeds in the ground. We just looking at the stuff that's coming back up.
Right.
And now I'm going to get a chuckle out of this. You have to also remember this is the person who kidnapped people's children. So I'm going to laugh at everything that happens to him from here until he dies.
Yep.
And then when he died, I might laugh at him then too. Because I'm only human. As Becca says, I'm not Mother Teresa. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh.
He absolutely doesn't make you want to like him or feel empathetic or sympathy.
I can't. His 666 kids don't know where their parents are.
Right.
And we have hardly any chance of reuniting them. Not to mention, let's add to this. Y'all know they shredded every goddamn document, dossier, text.
Yeah, that has been a big concern of mine. Like, how much time did they need to hold out the transition?
Boop, boop, boop. Jace, we were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, get rid of a whole lot of stuff, documents. I'm wondering if the hard drives could be wiped, all of that. When he felt like it was kind of cool to kind of let the transition occur, have we gotten rid of everything?
Or enough shit.
Enough to confuse them. I
could fuck with that conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
My auntie said the same thing, Jace. She was like, this was just a stall. Some of this was probably just him stalling so he can delete and remove it. And I was like, ooh, I was going to do a video on this, but maybe we can do it now. Who do you guys, and Johnny, I think you and, I'm sorry I just hijacked this. I was just thinking, who are the next couple people that he's going to pardon?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I go there, Jace? I'm sorry.
I do not.
Because my TT threw out some names, and then I threw tarot cards, and by damn if this bitch wasn't 100% accurate, according to the tarot.
All right, according to the tarot.
Do we want to throw like names and then do like a yes, no, or how do you want to do it?
I'm going to ask, because I know it's at least one more person. I'm going to ask it to describe a person that he may pardon.
Okay.
And see if it's a business person, if it's a lady of the night, what kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll do that too, Johnny.
Describe a person he may pardon.
God damn. But why would he do that?
I get a high profile white woman. Who,
Yeah.
I get a high profile white woman who is maybe in finance or business or something like that.
I get a woman who wants very desperately to move forward and to leave everything that's going on in her life behind with the Six of Swords. A woman who's tied to money, Seven of Pentacles, and a woman who's currently nostalgic and sitting back and wondering how she can get the fuck out of this. So I said, if this is who I think it is, why? And Spirit said, well, why not? He's got nothing to lose. And I get because Five of Cups, this person has already lost or perceivably thinks they lost a lot. He's also doing it to create confusion with Seven of Cups.
No. No, that would be no. At first I was thinking it was this blonde chick who's being in trouble. She had Theranos, this blood sugar, this testing.
I did a reading on her a while ago.
You did?
You did.
Yeah, she's before the people for being a liar and a cheater too. You know, she's being tried. So first I thought about her, but then I got really just something that was so dark that it made me very uncomfortable. Like, no. Yeah. Made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That would be, I think that would, if he wanted people to get out in the streets and have a kind of war.
That's why I asked why, Jace, because I was like, why would he do that? And then, but Spirit's like, well, why not? He doesn't give a fuck at this point. He's got nothing to lose.
He doesn't, but that really, to me, is one of those things where you just really
you cross the bridge at that point.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. And he would do some shit like that because he would, like you said, I don't give a shit.
And he would do it on January 19th at 10 o'clock at night.
I mean, that's kind of how Obama did Chelsea Manning.
Yeah.
On his second term, nothing to lose. Gay marriage, second term, nothing to lose. He should have did marijuana while he was at it, and then took those sentences off the people who are already in jail for minor charges.
Yes.
But okay.
These keep taking these dark ass turns, and I'm not liking
it. That really just, it was like not a good feeling at all. It was really oily.
We started with the potato and the pussy, and now we're talking about the darkness queen herself. And no offense, I didn't mean to put the pun, those two things, I'm sorry, together. I was trying to, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to make a light. It really just, we went from one extreme to the other.
All right. Well, we are now coming up on the 11 o'clock hour. So why don't you two, and I will too, just think of something. I want to thank everybody who that I've met. First of all, I met a lot of you by going to Johnny's channel and Adrian's channel and other channels on YouTube. You really do begin to feel like some kind of community, that there's community. And many of the readers and those remote psychics or whatever, they were all leaving you with messages of hope and encouragement. So in a little while, we're going to do that. But first of all,
you don't get enough of yawning.
Huh?
The ceiling fan is on, and so it's cold in here.
Because you've made me yawn twice. While Jason's delivering both times she was delivering the word. I'm like,
No, I ain't delivering the word.
It's like church. You sit there.
There were lots of folks that were really going off their rockers these last 4 years.
Where's my peppermint butterscotch now?
I have a friend whose brother's a pharmacist. He said he never had so many prescriptions for antidepressants. These last 4 years have been very lucrative. So I'm not saying we have to do that right now because I'm thinking about Melania now. I just think the girl has up and fled. Are we going to have a Melania Christmas this year? Does anyone know? I haven't watched the news very much these last several days. Since the pardoning of Flynn.
People keep going back and forth, back and forth. No, they're not getting divorced. They're going to get divorced. They're not getting divorced. I couldn't give 19 negative rats asses. They deserve each other, but if she gonna leave, get your paper first. Get your paper right, boo boo. Then leave.
Yeah, she didn't go through all of this for it to end up like this or not having something. Johnny, that's a nice necklace.
I know, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
It really is.
I got it from African America. She makes them.
You sent this? Yeah, the Etsy site.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got beautiful stuff.
That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. It's I can blow up the screen so I can see it. Is it a crucifix? Is it a cross?
It's an ankh.
It's an ankh.
Oh, it's an ankh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I can really see it. That is beautiful.
I'm just thinking of this story. I'm sorry. I had a doctor once, and he was examining, he was a dermatologist, and I was complaining about a scab or something. Mm-hmm. And he was looking behind me. He goes, Adrian, why do you have an ankh on your ass? We're not missing a beat. Why are you back there looking like that? Shit.
Yeah, but now,
tell him it's the symbol of life.
Shit. He didn't. Why do he not on your butt? Not Adrian. Why do you have an ankh on your ass? Because I motherfucking feel like it. God damn it. That's my ass. I can put whatever I want on it. It's my ass. It's my back. But
still.
Do you really have an ankh on your ass, like a tattoo?
No, it's not on my ass. It's on my back. I have like 12 tattoos. I always forget. I know what's on my back. I forget. I don't look at my back like that. I forget they're there.
I don't have any tattoos, and I've always wanted some.
Go get you one.
It just hurts more the older you get. Just a heads up.
Wow.
Just get high. Maybe go get one.
Brownie treat first. You be covered head to toe.
I wanted to look. Yeah.
Get a tattoo. And I got some good places I can tell you to go, Jace. African Americans tattoo on African Americans.
Yeah, that's where I want. I want to go to my brothers and my sisters for real.
The ones I have that turned out the best, I went to this.
Yeah, they'll feel me. They know exactly why I want one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do either of you have one thing that you want to, any other questions you want to ask? I haven't gone into the community tab and said send questions because y'all get lots of questions. And Johnny, you did have really nice, I really enjoyed those readings with Jen Lynn and the way of positive change as well as your readings with Jenny. I listened to them. So I know that you all read a lot on the same questions or the same topics that might be trending. I just wanted to know if there was something you'd like to ask or look at.
Not a thing.
Well, okay, I think I have gotten all of my topics this night that I thought I wanted to talk about. I think I've covered every last one of them. As I said early on, I didn't think that there was anything more bizarre than what we have experienced these last several days and the potential going into next year. So it's always a great way to be able to hang out with you people, the ladies and the men that come on this platform. And I love hanging out with Adrian and Johnny. They are two special people to me. I really want to thank all of you all because Johnny, you give wonderful many sermons. I don't want, and I'm using sermon in the best way. You have a way of bringing some reality and calm to it when you give a message. And I like that. Even you was spicy, like my favorite picante, dip and chip shit that I like to eat, chips and dips and whatnot. You just really, I like that. But your channel has taught me to take care of my chakras, to do the very best I can. Made me aware of them, really. That was residential healing. Oh, this is a sister. I need to listen to her. You are the real deal, my friend.
I heard the word chakra and I automatically thought yoga, which is something I don't do, so I didn't pay attention to either.
Yoga is good, though. It really is good. It's good. I like it.
I just want to demystify the energy. My goal is to demystify the energy healing experience. Once people start hearing all these words and vortexes and blah, 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 they tune out. And if you tune out, you're not going to take care of it. And so I have just been blessed to find very basic language to explain how important it is to look after your energetic body. So thank you guys.
Because when I hear energy healing, I think people sitting in a circle around a tree type. Like my mind went there, and then when I found the channel, I'm like, oh, so it's simpler than my in my imagination. Some weird people tree hugging and got twigs in their hair, and they all have a first name and only one name. And my name is Apple. Her name is Leaf. And
I'm like, it doesn't have to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. Side note, one day I will tell everybody how I accidentally almost joined a cult. And that was another experience that made me go, yep, I need to make sure I teach people how to take care of their chakras and to not accidentally join a cult. So yeah, thank you guys.
Tell it. You're not going to tell us tonight?
It's a long ass story.
You can always do a part 1 and a part 2. Because I want to know shit.
Everybody needs to eat a brownie before I tell this story.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I know I've had some adventures where it could have gone that way, and I just thank all of God's angels and the Holy Spirit that surrounded me, because things they were all feeling good, sorta, kinda, and it got to the point where it's like,
I literally fled with my life.
Bless you. I'm
funny as hell. But it's
like,
ooh, yeah, let's not ever go through there again. People accidentally end up in a cult in the middle of Houston, Texas.
Whew. I can't wait to hear it. Perhaps it'll absolutely have to be another time, but I'm going to keep on speaking to you about that story. It's one I want to hear about.
I need to get high before I tell the story.
I'm actually not high. I mean, I've been drinking. When I come on, I like wine, but tonight it was just water and some 7-Up. I didn't have the wherewithal to just go across the street to get a bottle, and then I thought maybe I really don't want one. Maybe this is what's supposed to be. It's supposed to be water.
I'm mad at you.
Why?
I'm reading the chat. It reminded me to tell you about yourself. Ever since you left that voice message about the brownies.
Yes.
My Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Amazon keeps putting into my recommendations this infuser where you can infuse weed and all kinds of shit in butter. And I'm like, why is this why of all things would this show up in my Black Friday? Fucking Jace.
Okay. I had to share it. I actually wanted to call you that night to tell you because it was a gag.
Because that shit would have been hilarious. I'm a mood.
It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I feel better than I've ever felt in a long time.
Get high, get drunk, stay out in front of a camera, and stay off of the telephone.
Yep.
Well, I wasn't and I wasn't doing either things because I felt the best thing.
You call that child when you were
Quiet.
fine, you was on the telephone. Stay away from the telephone because then you're gonna start text messaging people things you ain't supposed to. You're gonna take a picture of something you ain't supposed to, and you didn't even know you did it, and then you holding the phone in a weird direction and it's gonna send it to everybody in the world.
Oh God. Well,
I
I'll
got
be very
one of them
careful
before.
about that. I didn't even feel like I wanted to talk to Adrian, but I didn't want to talk to her because I just felt like
Hi.
I know just needed to be quiet. Don't call anybody. Don't text anyone. Watch a movie. Do something, but don't. I wanted to be quiet. Just
That was probably for the best.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Boy, I can't wait till Christmas time. We're headed to 2021, y'all. Whew. Whew, what a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 2020 has been. Mm.
Brownies and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think I must have another one. You know, I know I must have another one.
I would have taken the dish home and then I would have divvied them up and I would have sold them to people.
Well, that wasn't my gig. They weren't my brownies.
I would have accidentally just walked home with the pot. You don't have to. Possession is not exempt of the law, boo boo.
Girl.
We take one of them brownies, we're like, oh yeah, I'm at
What do you know? This is so good. Exactly, Johnny.
Yeah, that was pretty. It was very interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I really
That's good.
did. Yeah, really did.
You need it.
Sometimes you just, you know, you gotta let other parts.
I'm glad you went because you said you wasn't. I'm glad you went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really was planning to just kind of make something here and watch movies and whatever I felt like doing, just doing that. But I'm so happy that I decided to go. I really am. Perhaps by Christmas time we'll have some good news and we'll be able to. We won't be so terrified about getting together with a few people. But only if you want to, and only if it's a few, and always wear your masks. Take some Clorox wipes with you and plastic gloves, just in case. Just in want to do that.
Vaccine or no, I ain't going nowhere.
I think, Johnny, I feel you. That's a good. I love.
I'm literally right now at this moment. I'm supposed to be in Johannesburg.
Really?
On safari. Yeah, that dawned on me at about 2:00 this afternoon.
Oh, boy.
I had booked this trip last year or earlier this year before COVID even started. I was supposed to leave yesterday morning and be in South Africa for 2.5 weeks right now.
Oh boy,
The little pata.
Little safari. Some giraffes and some elephants.
Where in South Africa?
Johannesburg. Literally, we're gonna go to Johannesburg. We're making a triangle. So Johannesburg, something that's north. I blocked once that shit got canceled. I blocked it out because I had to go through my 5 stages of grief. And so I can't even remember.
I mean, you can still go at some point, can't you? It's not totally.
Oh, they canceled that shit and give me my money back, and they said, "Yeah, maybe we'll try this again in 2021." But
oh, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be on fucking safari right now.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I had plans to travel abroad as well.
But you know what? I'm healthy. I have a roof over my head. My family's doing well. Africa will still be there.
Yeah, it will be.
So fuck it, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was there before us. It'll be there after.
It will be. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm thinking the best thing to do is just live. Let's just stay in the now and plans for the future, because my plans really got squashed with COVID. Things just kind of felt as if the bottom had fallen out. Because there were.
It's the year of dramatic change.
Yeah,
I said
absolutely.
January. It was like January 4th this year. I said something just hit me. My guides were like, 2020 is going to be a karmic year. You're going to see a lot of shit. Just sit back and watch. And by damn, if that wasn't accurate as fuck. Accurate.
Yeah.
Capital A, capital F.
Yeah. And then the theme for the year was 2020 vision, that this was going to be, that our vision was going to become clearer, where we were going to have the eyesight where we could see things clearly and plainly. And we were forced into that, weren't we?
Some people still got the Ray Charles syndrome, though.
Yeah.
So I hope they get it together. That's my prayer for them, because that is a hard life to live, to be in that lower vibration like that.
It is. And that is why, that's one thing I wanted to say, is that I really want everyone to, as best you can, to kind of back up a little bit. And take some rest and love on yourselves and love on your family. I remember Johnny, I don't know if he had the runes or the card, but it was self-care. It was about taking care of
your home,
taking care of home. And you want home to be peaceful. You want home to be calm. And none of these situations on the news help you remain calm, because does kind of scratch that part of you that is fearful. Yeah, it does. So
and it fucks with your root chakra. Am I safe? Am I secure? Am I connected with Mama Earth? Am I connected with my family? And most importantly, am I connected to my star player, i.e. myself?
Yes, indeed. That's just the way it. So that's why I say this is a time. I don't know how you all have been feeling physically, but I've actually been feeling not exactly low energy, but I've been feeling as if I require more rest, more sleep. So I have been sleeping longer, even though my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. I'm now not feeling so obligated to.
We are also in the hibernation stage right now, because it is winter coming. So I think once life returns around you with the blooms and everything else, then, because we are still natural people, we are natural beings, we are part of the earth is part of us. And I think a lot of times we think that, just because I'm awake, I should be energized. Well, you still have, the trees are shedding leaves, and so are we. They're sleeping longer, so are we.
Exactly.
That happens.
It feels like you have to be all right with the leaves falling off.
You do.
Because they always return, don't they? You can.
What's your question? Okay, we'll end on that. What's your question, Tarot newbie?
She's asking about supernatural versus childhood trauma. And I'm not quite sure what she means by supernatural. Can somebody explain that?
Supernatural versus what?
Did something happen in a childhood that was supernatural? Or was it a trauma?
Is that the question?
Or ask the question. I guess that's not the question. Ask the question, and then we'll end there.
Yeah. Because I saw her ask it earlier, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure I understand the question, so I can answer it or try to answer it.
Oh, New Beginnings is saying the eclipse is meant to be tense at the moment. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
And there's a new moon, some other shit that's going on. Or, Uranus and like 2 other are going conjunct, and Pluto's coming back into alignment, blah, 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 blah.
Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius.
New moon starts Monday or Tuesday, so you need to be writing down your list of everything you want to manifest and then push that shit out Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supernatural. So let me clarify, or see if this is the clarify.
Yeah.
Supernatural possession. Do you mean as in the thing that you're carrying around not right now? Is it a demon or is it a childhood trauma? Is that what you're saying? Not you personally, but if a person's walking around with some sort of stress and strain, it is more than likely a childhood trauma or some sort of okay. So people,
that's it.
when you burn your skin, there is a mark that is left, and sometimes it is there forever, because when fire hits your skin, it doesn't just damage your skin, it damages the cells underneath, and it does not regenerate as a whole. When something happens to you in your childhood, it does stick. And unfortunately, like I always say, with your brains, they are your greatest asset and your worst enemy. It can get you out of a jam, or it can replay the same message over and over and over again when you're trying to think about something else. And so I think a lot of childhood traumas they stick forever. And it's not necessarily demon possession. Demon possession, I think, is a whole different thing. But if you can attach that memory or that thing that keeps recirculating, or that behavior that is manifesting in some sort of way, it can be attached to something you've experienced when you were younger. So I think, although there are such things as demon possessions, I had one, there are more, it's more probable that it's more than likely a childhood trauma, is what I think. If that answers your question.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
Go ahead, Jace.
My immediate thought is that it's always something to do with a buried memory or childhood trauma. It could be something, no trauma, I guess is really simple, but it could be, and why you're afraid of snakes, and from being afraid of snakes to actually being traumatized by someone you trusted, someone that you loved, and somehow or another you push it to the back. You don't deal with it. You don't want to even think about it. You just keep pushing it further and further back in your memory, hoping almost that it calcifies or something, so that you don't ever have to think about it. And doesn't, I just think spiritually doesn't really work that way. That if you were to be with someone you could trust, I don't know. I just think those kinds of things are connected to a childhood trauma.
Now, I will say, like 4 of the 5 things that I'm afraid of, or afraid of, I'll just say it to make it plain, they seem to be past life. But it's always still something traumatic. It wasn't something that haunts me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. I have to learn how to stay focused on these comments over here, because some of them are good. At our last petty party, some of the comments were removed. They were not removed by the moderators. Johnny explained it had something to do with Google.
What?
And when they were down for that day or so, was it a couple of days, or when YouTube, you couldn't get on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that someone asked about that, and I want you to know that it was nothing that any of the moderators did. It just simply went down. When it came back up, it was doing something different.
So, Adrian, what you say?
I trying to find something to add onto what you and Jay said. Give me a second. I'm going to illustrate it. Find the right card. Let me find the card I want. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do this. The years and years that I have done energy work on people and on myself, the years I spent being trained as a counselor, I can tell you one universal rule. If this chakra is jacked up very early on, which is your root chakra, which is starting from the age of inception all the way to up to 2 years old, sometimes up to 7, depending on what modality you follow, the rest of these kids are going to really struggle. And if you have some kind of issue here, you can clear all of these up, but this guy is going to be a reoccurring theme for you. And why is that? Because your family, how you view your family and your security is now impacted. your ability to ground and calm yourself, remind yourself that you are safe and secure. You can't do that when you have a childhood trauma.
Right.
As a child, the first thing that's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be guarded, protected. That's taken away from you. Your home life, the place that was supposed to be your refuge, is now your place of trauma, your place of fear. That carries on. Your entire base chakra, physical health can be impacted, especially for children who were sexually abused. Their body. It's awful. You put your physical health last because you don't know how to take care of yourself.
Right.
You can't take action. You have a really hard time doing anything that benefits yourself and taking care of yourself. You become paralyzed with fear. And so everything you guys said, I mean, I have very little to add other than just to bring out the illustration through the cards of how when you have a childhood trauma, look at that. Look at all of these avenues. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's impacted. That's a lot. Be kind to yourself. That's why I always say take care of yourself first. Love on yourself.
Yes, yes. And that's
yourself.
The reading that Johnny gave and how important that was to me. How important it is to everyone.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself. And
there are so many people who are horrible life partners because they did not heal this. They did not work on this. Therefore, they became toxic to other people. How can, and Jace, you said something so beautiful, you keep pushing it back and it regresses and it regresses. When you're 18 months, you don't even have the language to explain what's hurting and what you need. So it's just so powerful. That's why I just say,
but it's there.
Take it, be very aware of your root chakra. If you don't know, email me. We can work on it. I can help explain it to you. I'm of service. I'm here to help, but just love on yourself, guys. Yeah. There's another bullshit out there. You don't need extra.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what that word. That's the truth. There's enough out there that's going to attack you for that. Attack you for being you, for loving you.
Mm-hmm.
It's love yourself and take care of yourself, and then you're able to be more effective in taking care of other people. But please, whatever you do, don't give everything away thinking that somehow or another that makes you a good Christian or something. Have courage to say I'm not available or no. Really. I'm excited about 2021. It's exciting at the beginning of every year, lay out little lists and plans and things. Sometimes though, this one is an exciting year.
I have a question. Can I be a petty hoe?
Be petty. Be petty. I wasn't so petty tonight. I enjoyed your pettiness though.
I found this deck a couple weeks ago and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the perfect deck for petty party. So when you ask, do we have like an encouraging word for the week? I was like, oh my God, this deck will be perfect for that. So if you want us to do the encouraging word for the week, I may or may not have a deck that we could use.
Yes, go ahead. Use those. Use them.
I'm way more excited. It's gonna be the most basic, boring ass message. It's gonna be like, this bitch really set this shit up for that.
Encouragement is encouragement.
Oh, I don't know. I just feel like we should say something to each other or this is like a prayer meeting, except we don't necessarily pray to open or close, but I mean, I pray over it before I do it. This is a prayer meeting, so we have to leave the cheering with something nice. And there's always something nice. My thing is enjoy the beauty of the day, period.
Because there's always something in the day. I'm sorry, Tommy.
I said, what's this message?
It's gonna be like, don't pick your nose in a movie car.
Always wear your good underwear, just in case you get by a car.
Which my father can tell you. wearing clean underwear in case of an emergency doesn't really matter because they're going to cut the drawers off anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, that was something. You better wear, make sure you're wearing clean underwear.
Connie Brown, if I pick a gratitude card, I'm not telling you, I'm throwing that shit back in the deck just because you are absolutely correct. It will be something like, be grateful for everything you have. And be like, really? That's the fucking message?
Yeah, really, that's it.
Let's see. Johnny, you go first. No, wait. Just because I've been talking so much, I haven't pulled a card. Hold on. I'm going to pull a card. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Kathy B. That's sweet.
Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. Okay. All right. So this is from, it's called the Divine Energy Oracle.
Okay.
What I like about it is this is the unfiltered truth. You do not come to this deck unless you are ready to get the answer. Point blank and period. And so I really like this card, and it says, accept disappointments gracefully. Not every closed door is a fuck you. Yeah. Sometimes a closed door is a thank you, is a setup for something better. Yeah. I will never forget, case in point, there was a job I did not get a couple years ago. I interviewed for the job, and I genuinely was like, okay, I didn't get it, no big deal. Wrote the boss and was like, or the lady I interviewed with was like, thank you for the opportunity. Because I happened to find out I knew the person who got the job. I was like, oh my God, they're going to be fantastic. They've got, you're great. You're going to be in good hands. You're fantastic. And I meant it genuinely. 4 years later, not only did this woman remember me, she interviewed me for a director position. And I got it.
Wow.
And she remembered me is because I accepted that not getting it, she said, way better than the person who got the job. I was more gracious and conscientious in not getting it than the person was who got it.
Yeah.
Not every disappointment is meant to rock your world. Sometimes it is meant to set you up for something differently. Sometimes God is protecting you from some fuck shit that you don't need to be part of.
Right.
Accept disappointments gracefully. Because what grace means gratitude. It means seeing the other side. It means seeing the big picture and understanding that this disappointment is temporary because something greater is coming.
Yeah.
Let's be patient.
Big picture is sometimes so hard for some people who have tunnel vision. Like, I want this in particular thing, but you never see the rest of this thing behind it because it's all you're focused on. I like that message.
Me too.
That was what I needed. Hell, shit, my whole damn life.
It was the lead up to the hell. Shit.
It's like I don't put myself in situations because I don't want it to go bad. And so when you don't put yourself in any situation, nothing happens. Something good might happen. Something bad might happen, but if you don't step into it, nothing happens.
You are correct.
This is why I have an oatmeal life. It's very plain, very boring. I ain't got no blueberries. I ain't got no maple brown syrup. None of that. It's very Hall & Oates.
Just very Hall & Oates, huh?
Because I can't go for that.
Yeah.
I don't want these cards.
I can't go for that.
That's my shit, boy. God.
Let's go Oracle. Let's go.
Fucking Hall and Oates.
Halls and Oates.
I do the rooms. Should I do the rooms? No, let's do Oracle. Yes, it's already in my hand. What you got?
I have to. I'm just going to expand this.
Twice this card is not going in the deck, so let's see. Well, there you go. Message in a bottle. This is divine messaging. Be open to messaging. Be open to something spirit, as I call it, my saga, spirit, angels, guides, and ancestors. Somebody will talk to you if you listen. Somebody will have something to say. This is more of a direct message from God, universe, source, whatever you call it, from God himself. Now, why is it important? Not just on the universal scale. Anything God says has got to be important. You are always in a situation where you need to hear it. God is not a blabbermouth. It's not a chatty Cathy. This is like the pantheon of African deities. There's Olodumare. This is the one who created everything. He does not interfere in your life. Doesn't care about you outside of creation. Now, if he has to get up and turn off Matlock and come address your issue, then it has to be serious. That's what all the Orishas are for. They're there to sort of be your angels in your life. Now, if God said something to you, it is something you needed to hear. And I think what we're going to do is link that back to what Adrian just said. Be gracious, have gratitude, see the bigger picture. There's something else going on, and you need to pay attention to it. Now, my story. So I'm having a dream. I don't dream often, and every time I dream is for me. I don't have prophetic dreams for other people. I'm not a prophet. But I'm in the dream, right? And I'm playing this video game, right? And something keeps yanking the controller down. And I'm like, I'm pulling it back. I can't, there's nothing there though, but something keeps yanking it down. And it's irritating me. And I'm sitting in a chair like this one's got wheels. And next thing you know, the chair and me flies across the room. It goes out of the room. It goes out through the living room. It goes past the kitchen, and it goes. And then I wake up after that. Like it's flying as far away from the source of this video game as I can possibly get. And that is basically something that was telling me this is a divine message. You're not listening. Whatever it is you are distracted with, you need to put that down. You're not listening to whatever this message is that's coming through. I'm going to do it this way in this dream where nothing is actually harming you, where nothing is actually bothering you, where nothing is actually taking you off course. And if you don't listen to that, then we got plan B. So you either stop whatever it is you're distracting yourself with and listen. And then shortly after that, I moved. And then I get here, and then everything is clogged and bogged down because I'm all stressed out, and I did 900 rants on the people who moved, and I wasn't listening. And again, be still, be quiet, and listen. See the bigger picture. Be gracious. Be calm.
Yes.
Don't put what ifs into bigger stories. You won this battle. Be gracious.
Be gracious.
That something else is coming in these next 4 years. It ain't got to be the prettiest picture. Just be gracious for what you do have. Or you will lose what you got.
Woo!
Exactly.
That was what I call one of your mini sermons. Thank you so much. And it really doesn't cost you anything to be kind. It really does not. Lately, I've just not had this. I guess I have been looking more at how a person might be feeling, just people I might come in contact with. It just costs nothing to be kind and kind of take a look at what might have caused something, or what did you do to provoke it? Because I know I can be an irritant. But lately I've felt like the best place to be is just kind to people, period. We may even be able to muster up something kind to say about this naughty boy in the White House. Good grief.
I have something nice to say about him.
Huh?
I have something nice to say about him.
What's that?
I'm about to
I do too.
count your blessings. I'm going to count some blessings and the irritant in my anus that is called Donald Trump. I have never seen so many people finally engaged in trying to understand basic American civics. By him trying to dismantle it, more people have learned about it. I have seen more people learn and try to learn just how the electoral college works. Shit that I'm like, dude, I mastered that in like elementary school. What the fuck? But seeing people actually now taking a vested interest in politics, understanding that up ballot, down ballot, it fucking matters. Thank you. Thank you for your malfeasance, because it has also pointed out some areas that we have got to fix, because there was a lot of shit that a lot of us thought was written down on paper. That shit was just handshake agreements. And so understanding graciousness and kindness and always having, being the better person, and fuck all of that. We need to go in and really look at some shit. Thank you for the malfeasance that has been the Trump administration, because now it's under a microscope and we see very clearly some things that we need to address.
Yeah.
Counting that blessing every day. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, he did. Thank you. That was very nicely put, my darling.
It took a lot out of me.
If he was listening to it, he'd probably think it was a compliment.
He would. That's what narcissists do.
Yeah, he would think it's a compliment, because people have come together. There are, we're learning. I think America is finally going to be what she was alleged to be before now. Well, babies, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Johnny, and thank you, Adrian, for coming on.
Absolutely.
It was fun, and I'm hoping that we brightened somebody's evening or provided a smile. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. I'm going to end this broadcast because it's 11:41.
Some of us is old, goddamn.
Yeah, I've seen a few people actually say goodnight, so I'm going to say goodnight. And thank you so much for joining us. I will come on to announce when the next one will be, because I don't necessarily have a calendar in front of me.
It will be, hold on.
It'll be in December, that I do know.
Hold on a second, November 28th. It'll be December 12th.
December 12th, yes. We'll see you just before the holidays, the Christmas holiday. Yay! And until then, please be kind to one another. Go easy on yourself. Do something wonderful for yourself. And I'll see you. We'll see you again on December, whatever Adrian said, 12th. Yeah, we'll see you.